So I've rendered a lot of skyblock and currently I'm level 411, and on screen is literally everything I have left to max out my skyblock XP. But I've decided that I do not want to spend hundreds of hours maxing out dungeons, garden, and bestiary, so I've mostly given up on progression, and I did what any normal person would do with billions of coins at their disposal, and I nearly hypermaxed a set of superior dragon armor. And look at this set, it's beautiful. I don't know why other people don't do this. So anyway, I was looking at this 5% stat boost, then that gave me an idea. I should do dragons. So then I got a setup to optimize magic find and pet luck for dragons. Then I did the math and found out placing 8 eyes is still barely statistically profitable. And I wouldn't have to rely on finding someone who wants to gamble billions of coins, so I just decided to go with placing 8 eyes. So anyway, I started off with 200 mil, but I didn't drop anything. And because I was using a black cat pet and not my G-Drag, I decided to withdraw my 1 bill bank and started using that. And then 300 mil later, I dropped this. So somehow, one of the arrows I shot at the dragon missed, and it just so happened it hit a zealot, and that zealot just decided to spawn a special zealot. So I got an 1/8 of a dragon for free. Woohoo! And if you were wondering, I dropped a claw of that dragon. I kept doing dragons, and 100 mil went by with nothing, then another 100 mil, then 200 mil, then another 200 mil. And by now I was broke again, and I was down 1.2 bill at this point. And keep in mind, on average I should be dropping a pet roughly every 600 mil, and I've been selling my stuff as I drop it, so meaning I've probably done around 1.5 bill worth of dragons so far, without dropping a pet. So then I sold my G-Drag, just so I could keep doing dragons. Then another 100 mil went by. Nothing. Then 200 mil. Nothing. Then 200 mil. And I dropped a legendary pet before a single epic. Also, my mic was muted when I dropped it, but what I said in chat basically summarizes what I would have said. But I was actually wrong here, and I was actually 900 mil down after dropping that. So yeah, that's tragic, I guess. Then I spent my remaining 600 mil without dropping anything. And after selling everything I dropped from that last session, I am left here with 100 mil. I also still haven't sold the pet yet because the prices are down, but when I do sell it, it'll probably sell for 800 mil, meaning in total I have 900 mil. Now I started off with 200 mil, plus 1 bill from the G-Drag bank, plus 1.1 bill from selling my G-Drag, so that means in total I'm down 1.4 bill. So I actually forgot to count how many dragons I did, so I looked at how many summoning eyes I placed in total. And I've never really did dragons before this, and I'm very confident that I've placed less than 50 eyes before this. But just to be safe, I'm going to round this down to 2,200 eyes, meaning I did over 275 dragons. And occasionally I placed 4 when I joined a lobby that had someone who already placed 4. So I probably did close to 300 dragons. On average I spent around 1.38 mil per eye, meaning I spent over 3 billion coins doing dragons. So statistically I should have dropped 4 to 5 pets. And somehow I dropped a single legendary, which is about on odds for a legendary, but I did not drop a single epic. And if I were to have dropped at least 3 epics, I would have profited. But instead I'm just sitting here down 1.4 bill. So remember how I mentioned earlier that E-Drag prices are down? Well, that's because currently Diana is Minister with the pet luck perk, and my gambling instincts are kicking in, so I'm gonna go to a single dragon now. Alright, watch this guys. I'm going to just insta-buy 8, because I don't really care at this point. So I'm gonna place, and then place, And then I'm just gonna stand here and wait for this to finish. Okay, it's finished. So now I just immediately go for the crystals, because that's how we profit here. Because I'm probably not gonna drop a dragon. And I got all 6, meaning I'm super rich now. Okay. And I dropped a stick. That's some big loss right there. I imagined I'd drop a pet that dragon, so I made a drawing of what my reaction would be if that would have happened. And yeah, this is me with the dragon pet that I dropped in my imagination. But that's not real, so I don't care about it. I also have this chest here that has a bunch of random dragon armor pieces that I've dropped, and I'm too lazy to sell them. But because I'm so generous, I'm just gonna give them out for free at Hub 1. Definitely not because I'm too lazy to sell them. So what did I gain from that whole experience? Absolutely nothing. Well, I mean, except for this, but like, the prices are still down, so I'm gonna have to wait a few days to sell it. But even then, in a few days, prices aren't gonna change that much. But by then, I will get too lazy and just sell it anyway for below its actual value. So now I'm just left here, sitting and waiting and hoping that this next update adds more trophy fish, because if it does, I'm definitely expanding this collection more. I need more trophy fish. This isn't enough. I need at least 5 of these, 2 of these, 4 of these, 10 each of if they add new ones. But most likely, the admins are not gonna add more trophy fish to the game. So you know what that means?